Okay, here we go. So this is what the flat Earth projection looks like. This is the sun and the moon in their circles above the Earth. It appears at this point they are somewhere in the middle. This looks like they are somewhere in the equator region. It doesn't look like it's high above Australia there on the Tropic of Capricorn, and it doesn't look as tight enough of a circle to be at the Tropic of Cancer. Cancer is much smaller of a circle.
Which means sun stands still, when the sun stands overhead seemingly for days, and that's really the case. What's happening is it appears that the sun goes from up here to the Tropic of Cancer. So what's happening is it's as far north as the sun will be, basically, for us. So that's why we have, with the Earth tilted this way, we have the warmest, most direct rays of the sun. That's the Tropic of Cancer. This is the equator. This is the Tropic of Capricorn. So at noon tomorrow, basically noon the first day of summer, you basically have it right overhead the Tropic of Cancer. This is spring and fall as the sun makes its journey back and forth. This would be the first day of winter with the sun angle the lowest in the sky, furthest away from us. So as the sun's going back and forth, it goes up, it accelerates, and it slows down. This is why the sunset is at 9:30 for almost 15 straight days, because the sun gets here, it slows down, then it starts to come back. It's the first day of spring and the first day of autumn that the day length is changing rapidly, but then it slows down for that first day of winter as well. So tomorrow, we've got the sun right there. It begins here, and it will end here. This will be...
Seriously, I feel like I'm picking on a retard.
This is the true map of the Earth that we live on. This, what's called, it's the equidistant azimuthal projection. So equidistant azimuthal.
We live in a three-dimensional world. Everything we see and touch is a three-dimensional object, having a length, width, and height. Our planet is also a 3D object, a sphere. The problem is that most maps are in only 2 dimensions, length and width. Even 3D mapping tools are only simulations. There is no depth. If that's the case, how can the Earth be accurately mapped? With an orange, the skin can be peeled and flattened. Our planet can't be peeled back. Instead, map projections are used for creating maps. How is this done? Features of the 3D Earth are projected onto different shapes, such as cones, cylinders, even flat surfaces or planes, or other shapes. To be successful in GIS, it's important to know about map projections.
Mathematical scale solves the size problem, but getting rid of distortion is another mathematical challenge.
So here's the problem, what we professional cartographers refer to as the orange peel problem. You want to map what's on the outside of it onto a piece of flat paper. If you take the skin of the Earth off it and put it down on the ground, it's not flat. It isn't a flat thing. I mean, as much as you try to flatten it, it kind of sticks up. And this is the problem that all cartographers have to deal with, all people who make maps. It's a basic geometry problem.
Over thousands of years, cartographers have devised clever formulas that describe how points from one surface can be transferred to another. Some project these points onto a cylinder, others project them on a cone, still others project points directly to the plane. But there's no perfect way to flatten the Earth. Every projection has some distortion. A famous example is a map made by Gerardus Mercator in 1569. Any line drawn across it would show a constant compass direction, and for centuries, sailors used it to chart courses around the world.
Mercator's become synonymous with map. Mercator equals map. Most schoolrooms had Mercator projections in them. People even knew the name Mercator. I mean, he was a famous person. An example of the huge distortion on Mercator maps is shown here with Greenland. Greenland is actually the size of Mexico. And you can see how enormous it's got here because of the distortion of the particular projection that was never meant to show the relative sizes of the countries, was meant as a navigational tool. And you can see how enormous it's got here because of the distortion of the particular projection that was never meant to show the relative sizes of the countries, was meant as a navigational tool.
That's what it's called. It's, you know, the flat Earth is basically just a simplified way of describing the planet on which we live.
Planet, yeah.
Yes, and it is. That's what planet means. It means plane. is the Babylonian system. So you see a pyramid with 10 spheres or 10 steps, 7 steps upward and 7 steps downward, and in the middle is the 15th sphere, or you could call it a sphere, but it's a plane, it's a planet, and that is the Earth.